thank you for joining me today. Today I have a special guest. Her name is Peyton. Peyton, thank you very much for joining me. And we're doing a Zoom because Peyton lives out of state, but Peyton is a faithful subscriber and a Lost in Phoenix community member, right? She's part of the family. So I really appreciate you. You messaged me and you're relaying information to me, important information for me for my awareness. And you stated that this channel is very informative to you. And I just wanted to get your perspective, Peyton, on how it's informative, how this channel and these videos has created awareness to you, and in what manner it helps. So if you could let me know how this channel has helped you, I'd greatly appreciate it.
So, well, first of all, I live in kind of a small town. And when originally I saw your videos on my TikTok feed, and they just struck me like, wow, this is going on. This is actually happening. You know, I live in a small town where there's really not a lot of people. You don't see homeless people everywhere. And when I saw your videos, I was like, wow, this is really going on in the world. Like, people are getting overtaken by drugs, fentanyl, heroin, alcohol. Like, it's really real. You know, I just thought that it was just something that happened, you know, far away in California, just here and there. But it really opened my eyes to what's going on. And I will admit, before I have seen homeless people, and I'm just like, kind of like, you know, what happened to them? And that was wrong of me, because now that I watch these people's story, I realize that there's something going on that's making them choose drugs and take this lifestyle, maybe just bad circumstances, just a hard upbringing. And you have really opened my eyes to that through your videos, that this is a real problem. This is really happening. And it's just really crazy. It's crazy that, you know, I was kind of oblivious to this.
Absolutely. You know what, Peyton, you live in a small town. Yeah, you don't really see this. I live in Phoenix, and before I started asking questions, you know, just inquiring, I was oblivious, and it's right in front of me. Sometimes because we see it so often, we become accustomed to it, right? Phoenix is a fifth largest city in the nation. In my side of town, it's everywhere. And so we become accustomed to it, unfortunately. And so we don't want to deal with it because it's just part of life. Right? It's like you said, like, what happened to them? I'm glad I'm not them. I'm glad I'm working. I'm glad I'm, you know, and so, but really, let's tackle the issue. Where's this coming from? And because if we remain oblivious, the issue will just get bigger, and it'll start affecting small communities. It'll start affecting the Peytons of the world, right? That we remain oblivious, just like I was like that, Peyton, until I started asking questions and really dove into this head first, really trying to understand what was happening. And so that curiosity has led me to uncover these issues, and not only bring it to light, but also spread awareness. You know, you're nowhere near where I live, but it's bringing awareness to your community, to you, so that you know, and so your ring of influence, your family, your friends, your coworkers, you're going to make them aware. And so by all of us talking, we're bringing light to this, shedding light on it, and I think that's going to benefit. What do you think?
I think that it is, for sure. And it's very scary what's happening. And your videos have really opened my eyes. And it's really crazy, because if we don't have awareness, like you said, it is going to spread everywhere more than it already has. And people are going to be dying. Families are going to be broken apart, relationships. Children aren't going to have their moms. You know, it's really scary. And when I first heard about fentanyl, really, there is a and about a year ago, before I found her channel, she has a son, and he lives around my area where the fentanyl crisis really hasn't hit really bad yet. And he was partaking in Xanax bars, the ones you buy on the streets. And it was actually had fentanyl in it. And he overdosed and died in his bedroom. And she's very, very devastated till still to this day. You know, she posts on Facebook about it. She's so upset. And that's really when it shocked me that, wow, this is happening. And then I found your page, and it's just like, it's a really big problem. It's not like one in a million. It's like, this could be me. I could be any one of those people in the videos, you know? So it's really crazy. It's scary.
Yeah, so my condolences to the lady that lives in your community for the loss of her son, and it's tragic that I hear those stories all too often. It's really, really sad. That shouldn't happen to a young person. They should be living their life, right? These are teenagers, young adults that have the rest of their life to fulfill and see all the beauty in life. But unfortunately, that's being cut short because they think they're taking a Xanax or a Percocet or whatever. Unfortunately, those are all counterfeit. You know, those are
Yeah.
counterfeit fentanyl pills and being mass produced, being smuggled in by just the boatload, just too many of them, right, to count. And it arrives here in Phoenix, and Phoenix has always been traditionally a distribution point for illicit, rather, whether that's humans or drugs. And so when it comes here, eventually makes its way to your community. You know, that's east, the south, where any part of America. Here it costs $5 per pill. Yeah, back east it's going to be a little bit more expensive because of the distance, but it's still accessible. The pills are really small, cheap, and you know, it's just one bad decision. Your friends, you know, offer you a pill. Oh, here's a prescription Xanax, try it. That's the last thing you'll ever do. And
Yeah.
your friends and family should be looking out for you. And sometimes, you know, we're youngsters, especially, they're trying to be cool, trying to be live older than what they actually are, right? Because it's, you know, parents are crazy, they're wrong, it's my life. And unfortunately, they don't understand the circumstance, the consequences to their choices. So it's really heartbreaking. You know, that story is all too familiar to me. I've heard it 100 times, and it just breaks my heart as a parent.
Yeah, he was really young. It's really sad. He was just a few years older than me, and it just really sucks. It's very sad. So, you know, and I left home when I was 16 to be rebellious, and I thank God every day that that didn't happen to me. You know, I was doing a lot of things that I regret, and I just thank God every day that I just made it every day, you know, and I came back to my family. And it it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah, I think that could be a lot of us, right? I was out, you know, being rebellious as well at a young age, and thankfully I stayed away from drugs. Yeah, it was always offered to me. I just said no. But you know, how do we empower other young people to say no, right? Make it cool to say no. It's okay to say no. Uh, so, right. And so how do we do that? And that's by talking about it, creating awareness, right? Regardless of where you live, where you're at, if it's in your family, not in your family, let's talk about it, have a conversation and educate people. You mentioned that when you were younger, you were rebellious, but now you're doing great, right? You're walking with God. You're a Christian, right? Life is good for you right now.
Yes, everything's going good. I pray every day. I know God can move mountains, and everything's going good for me. I have a beautiful daughter. She's doing great. Um, and I've seen God work miracles. He saved her life. Um, and I'm so thankful she's here with me today. And she keeps me going every single day. And she's amazing. And yeah, everything's really good. So now I just want to tackle on what else is going on in the world. Like, I don't know. I
That's a,
just, yeah,
I think that's a really good point that basically you're telling the world that you're blessed, right?
yeah,
You have a purpose in life, and that's to be a great parent to your beautiful daughter. And same thing with me, I'm blessed. I have a fabulous life, and so now how can I give some of those blessings to the world, right? Whether it's through my channel or just people I meet every day, help create awareness, try to save a life, try to give people hope, right? And in their despair, in their darkest hour, give people a hand up to let them know that they're worthy of being somebody, just shaking their hand, talking to them, spending a few moments with them, buying them lunch, and you know, continue to search out how you want to help people, right? You're blessed. How are you passing on those blessings to others that are around you in your community? So Peyton, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate the time that you're taking, because I was just curious, and I'm glad that you were able to give me your perspective, your perspective on the importance of a channel such as mine to help create awareness. Any last thoughts that you'd like to share with us?
I mean, I just want to thank you for what you do, and everybody, the whole family, the Lost in Phoenix community. You know, it takes all of us to try and help these people. And, you know, with your videos, they're so raw. You know, it's not, you know, when you just pass by them, you're like, oh, what's going on over there? But you just, I don't know, your videos are just so raw. There's, you know, there's a story behind these people, every single one of them. And I just applaud you for what you do and all of the Lost in Phoenix community. And I don't know, it's just amazing. You know, we have to spread prevention through awareness, and your videos are really helpful. I've even showed some of my friends, my family members, you know, your videos, and it's like, wow, this is the reality of doing drugs and how it can rip everything from you. And I have seen addiction in my own family before, and my mom works at a hospital now, and she had an incident the other day with fentanyl, and it was pretty wild. So um, I don't know, it just takes all of us. And I just thank you for what you do, and all of everybody watching, you know, supporting Art for everything he's doing. It's great. It really truly makes me happy.
Well, Peyton, thank you very much. You're part of the Lost in Phoenix community / family, and I'm grateful for you and your efforts to help spread awareness. Okay, so I don't live in your community, but you're an ambassador, right?
Yeah.
You're an ambassador of prevention through awareness. You're an ambassador of the Lost in Phoenix community and the message to educate people to try to save a life out there, right? So thank you for planting seeds in your community and the people that you love, that you know in your area. I'm grateful for you. Thank you very much. Let's keep in touch, and
Yeah.
you have a great rest of your day. We'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you.
Bye, Peyton.